I've often made fun of the lance as being a boring weapon that is just poke, poke, poke. But this past week, I've learned it's actually more like heavenly smack. Welcome back, Lassie Crew, to my journals as I go through Sunbreak to try to complete every single quest. I'm at about 300 now, and there's still so many more quests. This was not necessarily a difficult pledge, but it was definitely a daunting one and a time-consuming one. But the bright side is, although I've overcome every monster challenge so far with my trusty switch axe, it is forcing me to go into other weapons to seek out new challenges. A couple of weeks ago, I shared how I was just killing everything too easily with the switch axe. So now every Thursday, while I progress through endgame of Sunbreak with the switch axe, I'll go back and do some grind with new weapons. And it's been really a big eye-opener. So this past week, I spent some time with the lance. Gave it a good solid 2 hours of like, I'm just gonna do hunts with the lance, let's see what it's about. Whoa! I've pretty much just understood it as a weapon where you are a tank, you're stationary, you hold your shield up and you go poke, and you go poke. Whoa! Now a couple weeks ago, I played a bit more with the gun lance, which made me appreciate a little bit more of the maneuvers of the gun lance and how there was like some smacks and all that. So I'm like, maybe I can find some new moves in the lance, which will make me like it more. So I spent some time with that. And I have to say, what I've come to learn is the fact that it's not just, you're just walking around and you're going, poke, poke, come here, you monster, I'm gonna go poke you in the eye. It's more like you are a train of pain that just keeps on going. When you get the combo going, and the one I was using, if I remember correctly, it was like thrust, thrust, I think there was a shield bash, and then thrust, thrust. And it was just like, you just see the numbers, and then the monster like falls over, and then I have my running move, and then I bash. I don't use the run and poke, I use the run and bash. And there's a few times I ran up to the monster and bashed them in the face, and they fell over, and I was like, oh, you don't get this with the switch axe quite the same way. So there was that. There was also the move where you like charge up your lance and smack the monster across the face. So whenever they would fall over, I'd give them a good smack. And if I could create an opening, another one, I kind of dubbed it the Heavenly Smash. And it was when you launch yourself up into the air and come down thrusting onto the monster. That's another one when they're down, I would do it. It's a lot more linear than the switch axe. The switch axe is all about rolling and creating circles. The lance is just a straight line, and it's just get out of the way. Oh! And the insta block, oh my goodness, at any time a monster comes up, I'm like, oh no, shield's up, and I just block it, and I keep poking. Oh, you're gonna hit me. It is relentless, and I was so surprised at how quick I could kill monsters with a weapon that I was new to. So what I'm grinding right now in the low star master rank, that's what I'm using. So I'm using master rank armor. And I'm using whatever I can craft. It's not quite an endgame lance, but it's out there. Like, it's a decent lance. The skills, the first few fights, hunts, I didn't have any really good skills. I was, in fact, going in with quick sheath and evade extender, I think. All these skills for the switch axe. I'm like, I just want to learn the weapon. I'm going to worry about optimizing later. So I just went in with my switch axe armor set. And then I was learning some of the skills I want are guard and guard up. So those, I guess, they prevent you from flinching, which lets you change moves a lot faster, if I understand that correctly. And another one, I forget which one, I think it might be guard. That one just kind of reduces the damage that you take when guarding or something like that. So I'm also using evade window, or maybe it's evade extender. Evade extender, which lets me hop a little bit further. Now there's a lot more skills I could be using here that I'm not, simply because I don't have the mats to make them. And that's fine. Even with a non-optimized set, I'm still feeling pretty powerful with the lance. So it has been a fun time, and I appreciate the lance so much more. So lance mains out there, I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and whatever mean things I've said to you or that anyone has said to you in the last 2 years, just know we just didn't know any better. We just didn't know what it was like to be the conductor of the train pain, but now I do. That's kind of nice. While I was crafting that, I also learned a whole new menu system that I've been completely overlooking. So the buddy system in Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak is ridiculously, like, I want to say complex, but it's not complex. It's just that there's a lot of it, and some of it I overlooked it. So I saw that, especially because it's October now, a lot of social media imagery from the Monster Hunter account is showing like this pumpkin outfit. It's like, I want the pumpkin outfit. How can I be a little bit more in the season of October and be like a pumpkin king hunter? And so they're like, well, you have to use the buddy trading system to get the pumpkins to craft the armor. I was like, the what now? So I knew about the bargaining system. Okay, I should say I knew that there is a bargaining system for the buddies that gets you items. I didn't realize how to use it to get specific items because I never cared about those specific items. But now that I needed my special pumpkin, I learned that that pumpkin is only achieved by sending your buddies on a Meowcenary trip, and you have to get the little shiny grass. If there's a little shiny grass, then you get a pumpkin. Actually, that has nothing to do with the bargaining system. But anyways, I learned that in the menu what the potential items are. Now, I have no idea what these items do. I don't really have a need for them. But I took the time to actually understand, oh, I can do this to get some items. Now, to my credit, I'm going to say Monster Hunter did not do a good enough job, yes, I'm going to say it, of making these items worthwhile, because if I needed these items earlier, I would have definitely have gone into this. So out of all that, I did craft my pumpkin suit. It's not orange because I want it to match my really cool like angry skull shield weapon that was on the lance. That is the Gore Magala one, and so everything was purple, so I'm like, all right, let's just change it to purple. So I have the pumpkin suit, but it's purple. It does take away a little bit of the like orange theme spookiness, but I think like dark purple spookiness kind of works too. I don't know, I look at it, I'm like, I think I can do better. And otherwise, some other updates in my endgame switch axe grind. I did hit master rank 70, which means I unlocked Valstrax. This was 2 weeks ago, and I am so sad to say it didn't it was not a special fight worth a journal. That's why we didn't get a journal last week. The master rank Valstrax, I was expecting so much more, but I think I've just become too much of my switch axe is so fluid and I'm just jumping and moving around. I just don't get hit as much anymore. And so he fell pretty easily. He does have some pretty impressive moves. I don't think he used his massive slam attack. He's got like these long wing attacks. He's got like his thruster attack. None of that really hit me. Of course, editor's probably going to find some clips where it did. So it was just a comfortable fight, and I'm a little bit disappointed that I'm not getting those same kind of fears that I got in the endgame of Iceborne. But to be fair, I was completely new to the franchise in Iceborne, so I do need to go back, and I'm saying this now, I will go back to World and Iceborne as a veteran hunter this time to re-experience the whole thing from an entirely different point of view. But first, we're going to do 4U as soon as I finish my 3U and Sunbreak stuff. Another update, I'm still grinding through my endgame high rank quests. I have finally created a full high rank armor set. It looks like trash. Look at this clown suit. It's disgusting, but it gets the job done. It is not optimized at all. It's made of parts of whatever I can make. That's the Hey J way. We don't optimize, we grab what we can and we go into battle with it. It's been that way since day one, and I'm very happy to say I think I'm going to keep doing it that way because I just don't have the patience to grind. So I'm still grinding out high rank. Once that's all done, I have to do the high rank event quest, which I think is going to lend itself to a lot more pain for me. So keep an eye out for that as I get ready for those journals. Otherwise, I've got 14 other weapons to go through. So expect many more journals on all these other weapons as I try them out. Let me know in the comments which weapon you'd like to see me try next, and maybe I'll pick that one. Until next time, keep it classy.